Man, things have gotten very crazy. It started off Pinocchio, and now it's come to light that Gigi is Vivi, and things are getting crazy. The proud and the pointy-eyed. Seer is a man at the end of his tether. We need to speak, Jake. I've been scouring the archives for any information regarding temporal magic since last we spoke, and the results have been rather troubling, to say the least. As you may or may not be aware, ancient Alec is portrayed in the Enchiridion as a cautionary tale, a great empire brought low by its vanity and hubris. However, there are certain apocryphal texts in which the Alegans are cast in a more sympathetic light, if not outright exalted. 'Twas in these texts that I found references to temporal magics once wielded by Alegan mages. Said magics could be used to halt or even reverse the temporal state of a given object. If these accounts are to be believed, and if Gigi's abilities and these magics are one and the same, then it may well be possible for him to turn back the hands of time for the Grand Sirs, much as he restored the Duke's priceless vase. That being said, there is no telling how this will work with regards to a living being. Consider, if you will, that the vase was filled with water when shattered. Even if the vessel was restored, what would become of its former contents? Would it be filled with water as before? The very same, every drop returned? Or would it be different water? Or would the water, once split, be forever lost? I speak of the soul, my friend, for even if one could use these magics to restore the dead to life, would they be as they were before, with all the same thoughts and memories and feelings? The Grand Sirs are convinced that they can regain their lost youth, and mayhap they can, but the dead who have entered into Hallone's halls cannot return. They cannot. Yet Gigi is nevertheless resolved to try and resurrect Archmagus Quan. Speaking of which, according to some Charlian text in the archives, Archmagus Quan was an accomplished scholar known for his ability of ancient Alegan magics. Further evidence that Gigi's abilities are likely derived from ancient traditions, I suppose. But more importantly, I learned the location of the Archmagus' former residence. Mayhap we could find something of interest there, something which could help us to persuade Gigi to change his course. I had a mind to summon Inspector Hildibrand and make the journey there together. Would you be willing to join us? Nod. Excellent. Then let us be about our business. I saw you! Heretic! Oh? I beg your pardon, are you accusing me of being a heretic? Yes, you! Inquisitor Seer, I saw you sneak into the archives and seek out the forbidden tomes. Saw the mad light in your eyes as you partook of the forbidden knowledge. Oh, for the love of... I did all of that for my investigation! You admit your crimes that you did secretly, without permission, in blatant contravention of our rules, read forbidden tomes. Then by virtue of the authority vested in me by the Supreme Sacred Tribunal Hellenic Inquisitory Doctrine. You stupid, ignorant. Are you all so desperate to keep your God's damned jobs that you'll go around accusing all the world and his wife of heresy? Is that what we've been reduced to? I'm sick and tired of looking for heretics in every bloody shadow of trying to guess the secret sins of everyone I meet. It's stupid and pointless, and we're better than that, damn it! We're better than that! Wow, it's like you found the entire point of the Inquisition right there and then. If you will not surrender yourself, then I have no choice but to inform my superiors. Oh boy. Well, that all came tumbling out, didn't it? I suppose there's no point in trying to convince myself that I have no personal investment in this matter, or that I still have a professional one. Somewhere along the way, I stopped looking for the guilty and started looking for the truth, perhaps, and a way to help those in need. But there's no place for people like that in the Inquisition, is there? And it's only a matter of time before that stuttering fool comes back with an armed guard. Let us depart for Isleshire at once. We need to find the inspector. Okie dokie. Isleshire. There we go. Love that piano music. someone's doing some work over here somewhere. Ah, here they are. Nah, shoot. Are you looking for the inspector? He went off on his lonesome. Julian. God damn it, Hildy. I raised you to have better sense than this. Seer. It would seem we arrived too late. Inspector Hildibrand has already gone off on his own to confront the Grand Sirs. They came back briefly to trade jingly shine for supplies and whatnot, you see, and the Gobby's ear caught them trading tongue flaps about killing dragons in the Forelands. When the inspector learned about it later, he said he had to get after them right away and backtake Gigi. He said he had a duty, not as an inspector, but as a father. Bugger that. He's got no obligations to a bloody Mammet, especially one that chose to leave of its own free will, as I recall. I swear, I turned my back on the boy for one bleeding second and he loses God's damned mind. I'm afraid he might try to do something reckless. Don't you think we should try to find him and offer hand-lending? I am rather more concerned about what will happen if the Grand Sirs attack, or worse, kill any of Horace Velger's brood. But first things first, I suppose. Jake, would you be so kind as to assist Mistresses Nashu and Julian in their search for the inspector? I will pay a visit to Archmagus Quan's abandoned abode in the meantime. Oh, and before you think to refuse, know that you need not fear for my safety. Let us just say that our singular experiences together have inured me to the harsh realities of, well, reality. Huh. Could it be the scrawny little shites finally found his spine? His spine. Let's start by heading to Tailfeather. I reckon the inspector probably went there first to ask about after the Grand Sirs. So if we do the same, we're sure to catch up with him eventually. Indeed. Speak with Nashu outside Tailfeather. That is going to be way over there. Alright, where are you, Nashu? How about let him eat? Oh, there's a chocobo stuck in a cage. Granted, the chocobos around here are actually wild chocobos, so don't feel bad about beating them up. Julian! Hildy practically grew up in the saddle. Gave him his firm thighs and buttocks, it did. Thank you so much for too much information. Nashu? Right then, I say we split up and make inquiries separately. If you learn anything about the inspector or the Grand Sirs or Gigi, come and tell me. Nod, nod. Alright, here we go. Question of the Hunters of Tailfeather. There's one right around this corner over here. Oh. Hey, Louise Annette. The Ishgardians with the Mammet, they were here, proclaiming to all and sundry that they were going to slay the greatest dragon of them all. But gods only knows that the naive fools were serious. Uh-oh. I'm trying to think what dragon that is, because in the story there was Nidhogg, who we don't have to worry about anymore, supposedly. 3 dragon slayers and a Mammet, eh? I'd call you a mummer if I hadn't seen them come through earlier, boasting about how they were off to kill the biggest one yet. Oh dear. Oh, those daft sods. They were for Annex Trine. Not quite sure what their intentions were, but they were awfully confident, that much I recall. Oh boy. Nashu, we got a problem. We got some geriatrics trying to kill a dragon. You know, it's interesting. So far in this quest, we haven't had any trials or challenges show up. You'd think there'd be at least one. Oh, you speaking with a random hunter? Hey, Nashu. Oh, I see. So the Grand Sirs were heading for Annex Trine. And my dear boy wasn't far behind them either. What are we waiting for? Let's go, let's go! Alright. Search for the Grand Sirs at Annex Shrine, which is going to be cheaper to fly here. No, warp over here for 100 gil and then fly over there. So by the time we get to here, it should load it up pretty quickly. And then we start to fly! Where's the exit door? Oh, it's up here. It's awfully dim and dark. Hey, Senyito. We got Toy Thra. Alright, well, they're down. I gotta go across this wall here. There they are. Oh, no. Orlean, you alright there, buddy? Did Hildy do this? Usually he ends up on the receiving end. Ooh, I found one of the Grand Sirs! Alright. The poor, unfortunate soul who bears a striking resemblance to Orland is quite firmly embedded in the earth. Would you look at that? The inspector sure gave him what for. That may be. But where'd the other two get to? Not to mention the Mammet. Why don't we pull them out and ask? Though, having said that, it looks easier said than done. Oh, how silly me. I'm sure you got more than enough strength to yank him free. Right, Jake? I nod. Alright. Anything else? Jake, he's the one. If he can't do it, no one. Wait, I've got this time. Really. Those firm thighs and buttocks look awfully familiar. Oh, right. So, he was wearing Orland's armor. I forgot for a moment. Yep. Well, I'll be. He's wearing some sort of magic mask, what makes him look just like the inspector. Just like that man of 1,000 faces back in Ul'dah. No, that's Hildibrand, all right. There's no fool in a mother's eyes. I say, what trouble has my beloved son got himself into this time? Why, hello there, Lord Godward and Inspector Seer. Oh, forgive me. How'd you two end up traveling together? Blind fortune, you might say. I was too far from Tailfeather when night began to fall, but fortunately Lord Godward chanced to find me wandering in the wilderness. Lord Edmund told me all about this recent trouble with the Grand Sirs, as well as Hildy's investigation, and a father cannot help but take an interest in his son's affairs, can he? As for me, I was eager to share with you my latest findings, namely Archmage's Quan's research notes. I haven't slept like that since I was buried in the Lich Yard. Well, well, I must confess, no small measure of embarrassment to be found in such a state, having been so unceremoniously disposed of by the Grand Sirs. But ignominy notwithstanding, I am most grateful for your succor, and pleasantly surprised to be reunited with you all. This wouldn't happen had you waited for us instead of... Wait, why in the hell are you still wearing that rubbish? An impenetrable disguise is essential when consorting with the criminal elements. Alas, it would seem the Grand Sirs have grown more perceptive in their newfound youth. Wait, do you mean they've already regained their youth? What about Gigi? Did you see him? Was he behaving strangely? Now that you mention it, his warm, soulful eyes were rather more pointy than I remember. By the Fury, not pointy! According to the Archmage's Quan's notes, that's a sign Gigi's using too much magic. If he carries on like this, his aether will be expended, and he'll end up not more than an empty husk. This is terrible news! We must catch up to the Grand Sirs at once! Do you know where they were heading? All I heard was that they are keen to slay dragons. They were bound for the Turning Mists, a place called Zenith, to kill a great worm named Nidhogg. Yeah, about that. I already killed him. Really? That all happened? Huh. I meant the other one, Hraesvelgr. Ooh, that's a bad... Hraesvelgr? Fury, take me. What could they possibly hope to achieve? Well... I'm willing to bet that line would have changed depending on where I was in quest, because this was available right as soon as I finished off the main quest for all the Heavensward stuff. Like, killing Nidhogg is something you do, like, post that. Oh, yeah, spoilers. But if you're watching this, you probably would have known. Nashu, At least we found the inspector, right? Seer, after finally achieving peace after thousands of years of war, they want to kill Heavensward? Doesn't make any sense. Watching Hildy learn and grow as a father reminds me of my own trials and tribulations. Julian? He looks well enough, but I wonder... Hildibrand wishes to entreat your aid in a matter of grave import, and we will get the GG, also known as Vivi, but his secret is safe with you. If I could turn back time. I, Hildibrand, Agent of Inquiry, Inspector Extraordinaire, do hereby ask you all to aid me in rescuing my son and putting a stop to the Grand Sir's machinations. You know, there's really no need for all that. We came because we wanted to help. I, Nashu, faithful assistant, maker of explosives extraordinaire, do hereby present to you this fresh change of clothing. Capital, I knew I could count on you, Nashu. I shall change en route. Come, my friends, to Zenith and to Gigi. Alright, speak with Hildibrand at Zenith. I can just warp right there. In the churning mists that I haven't really fully explored yet because I haven't. Well, here they are. Godbert. I say, what brilliant craftsmanship. How did they manage? Julian? Spending too much time at this high altitude can't be good for my skin. Seer? Huh, to think that I stand in the heart of Dravanian territory. Me. How long ago was I scouring the streets for heretics? Nashu? His disguises may be amazing, but nothing beats the classic Inspector look. Hildibrand? Make ready, my friends. The final battle with the Grand Sirs is at hand. It would seem my wounds were more serious than I thought. I fear I'm in no condition to confront our foes. There is but one thing that could restore me to my former indomitable self. Don't you worry, I've got some salamander oil right here. Shall Mummy give her baby boy a massage? Oh, my dearest Mummy, Mother dearest, I would not impose upon you, not when my ever-loyal associate Jake stands ready to minister to my muscles. Really? Really? Don't tell me you're embarrassed. Let Mummy take care of little Hildy's hurts. My dearest wife, I know you mean well, but let Jake handle it. I can personally test the healing talents of his strong yet tender fingers. Why has everybody got to make me massage them? Come on, this is weird. If that's the way of it, I'm counting on you, Jake. Let us brook no further delay. Come, my friend, coat my body in oil as you have done many a time before. I've done it once. Oh, the memories. Salamander oil massages are some of a Manderville tradition, one I hope to pass on to little Gigi someday. You may as well get on with it. I wish Inspector Hildibrand would let me oil him up. Okay. Why do you hesitate? Have we not done this time and time again? Oil me up, man! Alright. Oh, gods. There you go. Ooh, how it soothes my aches and pains. Quickly now. Knead it into my flesh. Knead as you have never kneaded before. This is so weird. Such furious kneading. I applaud your enthusiasm, but mayhap I urged you to excessive force. Ha ha. Nay, you were in the right. Already the gentle warmth begins to spread through my body. The fires of righteousness burn in you in my breast. Hold, my son. Though your passion is renewed, you may yet be stirred to greater feats of Mandervillian strength. Derived from the purest essence of salamanders, the ancient legacy of House Manderville, Salamanderville! To you, my beloved son, now become a proud father, I bequeath this most sacred of oils. Salamanderville? Could it be that the legends were true? Your muscles shall shine with the brilliance of 1,000 suns. No mortal man will have the power to do you harm. Verily it is so, for by its grace did I once weather the slings and arrows of a bandit horde and bring my hammer of justice to bear upon their wicked heads. The time has come, Jake. Take this oil and help Hildy become the Manderville man he was meant to be. I am ready for my final oiling, Jake. Actually, it's... Okay, same thing. Salamander oil massages are some of them... Yep, okay. Yep, okay. Salamanderville. Oh, boy. Oh, the Salamanderville. How it flows into every nook and cranny. Quickly now, lay your hands upon me. Massage me with all your might. I really hope in Stormblood I don't have to do this. Yes, yes, that's the spirit. I can feel it building and rising. Rising! Do you have to pose? This is already weird enough as it is. Such passion, such fervor. I am the Inferno unbound, the Tempest unleashed, but I have not yet begun to pose. Why me? Oh boy. Wrong! I am a Manderville man! Ha! Ha! That son of Manderville is, my word, I've never felt so alive. Such vibrant colors, such intense sounds, such fragrant smells. Mother, father, Jake, 'twas your oils and your strong yet tender fingers which opened my eyes to the glory of creation. I am a gentleman inspector reborn. A realm reborn. Gods, oh boy. Onward to Zenith! No matter the laws of nature they pervert or the limits of they break, the Grand Sirs can do naught to stop me. Okay then. Well, after that honestly creepy 5 minutes. Nod, nod, nod. The plan is coming together. Unnecessarily epic walking. And there they are, the Grand Sirs. Ooh, superhero landings. Really hard on the knees, though. Oh, wow. Even his little ears popped up a little bit when they de-aged. Uh-oh. GG mad. Grand Sirs, I have come for my son. Oh, must we do this now? We have a dragon to slay. There is no need for any of this. The war is over. But not for long. The worm's death will give rise to a new era of fire and blood, and we, having consumed his eyes, will use our new powers to win untold glory onto the battlefield. Our legends will echo in eternity. You would doom countless innocents for glory? No, I won't allow it over my dead body. Far be it from us to deny you then. This is the end for you. The ultimate end. Oh dear. Spin, spin. Wait a minute. I think I recognize this place. Dragoon stuff, that is thaumaturgy stuff, holy stuff. I mean, he did take the salamander oil. He'll be fine, right? Right. Man, they are giving their all against Hildy there. Like Knights of the Round from Final Fantasy VII. Have faith, my love. He is our son. Gigi, my beautiful boy, pray do not look on me with such pointy eyes. Let Papa Hildy take you home to our gazebo. Stop calling me that. My name is Vivi. Vivi, I remember everything. My powers, my purpose, my grandpapa Quan. I made them young again, but it is not enough. I need more. More! I need the worm's eyes, and then I can finally bring him back. I'm sorry, Gigi, but no, you cannot. Grandpapa Quan is gone. He's right, Gigi. Mayhap you could restore his corporeal form and breathe life into it, but his soul, what made him your grandpapa, is forever beyond your reach. That's not true. I can restore anything to its ideal form, to the way it should be. Even Grandpapa Quan, even you, Papa Hildy. Uh-oh. Please, Gigi, you have to stop. If you keep using your power, you'll die. Didn't do a thing. Buddy, he's in peak performance mode right now. I don't understand. Your clothes are still dirty and tattered. Oh boy. As they should be, Gigi, for my every waking moment is as the gods intended. Every day I live life to the fullest. Every day I enjoy grand adventures. I found your grandparents' research notes. What he gave you wasn't the power to make things the way they were. He gave you the power to change the world, to make things the way you yourself believe they should be. That's why your magics have no effect on the Inspector, because you know in your heart that this battered and bruised form of his, in its own way, right. My thoughts exactly, Inquisitor Seer, and it is for this self-same reason that you were unable to make Grandmaster Quan younger. In your heart you knew there was naught that needed to be changed. Your beloved grandpapa was exactly as he should be. Your every day was to be treasured and worthy of celebration. Then what about the Grand Sirs? Why was I able to make them young again? All you truly knew of them were the stories that they told you. Wondrous tales of daring do by heroes in the prime of their lives. It's no wonder you were able to envision them as such. That's all they ever talked about when they were young and free and full of fire. At first, Archmagus Quan didn't understand the true nature of your abilities. He struggled to deduce why you could not make him younger as he originally intended. Eventually, he realized that your fond memories of him were preventing you from conceiving of him as anything but an elderly creator, and that the only way to achieve his goal would be to take them from you. But you were all he had left in the world. No longer a mere Mammet, but a friend. Family. His only family. His grandson. He couldn't bear to lose you, so he renounced his quest for immortality. But I still lost my memories in the end. He was afraid of leaving you all alone in the world, afraid that others would attempt to take advantage of you and your magics. So before he died, he decided to take your memories from you after all, to protect you. But despite his best efforts, something remained, something stronger and more powerful and more resilient than anything Archmagus Quan ever dared dream. You were never broken, Gigi. You were never abandoned. All he wanted was to set you free. Free? Free to do what?
Whatever you like, Gigi. Don't you see? That was his final gift to you. A new life, a new story, all your own.
This has all been very, very touching, but we're not getting any younger. Well, you aren't at any rate. We have suffered your meddling long enough. I had intended to use this trap to kill the worm, but since you are so perfectly positioned... Uh-oh! Uh-oh!
Work your magic, Gigi. Big ol' magic.
I am Vivi, grandson of Archmagus Quan, and Gigi, son of Hildibrand, Heliodor, Maximilian Manderville. And this is my story. I think that's what it said. It went way too fast for me to read.
I'm not dead. I'm not dead.
Oh, back to the way it should be, huh?
Dude, same.
Uh-oh. Oh, looks like, the Grand Sirs are back to being the Grand Old Sirs. You didn't need to take his clothes, Vivi. You really didn't need to do that. Uh-oh! What a poignant moment. So, when is Julian gonna be not angry? It's like it never happened. With the last of his strength, he turned back the hands of time. Not just for the pillars, but for all of us. He made us all as we once were, as we were meant to be. After all that gallivanting about I get bugger all, what about my misspent youth? I was not meant to be this bloody old. Ha ha ha, such a fine day. Never have I squatted with such perfect form. I may well have reached my physical peak. Ha, what rot. Act your age, you daft sod. You look foolish. You should be grateful. Gigi saw what you had become and gave you a second chance. That was our second chance, to relive our glory days. It was all rather silly though, wasn't it? Maybe Quan had the right of it. Maybe it's not so bad growing old. I was a coward when I was young, but now that I'm old, I'm not afraid to say things like, I love you, Doris. You're a blind, bloody fool, Gonspart. Is she going to turn off her JoJo mode anytime soon? That would be handy.
I say, am I dead again?
Quite alive, Inspector, along with everyone else, thanks to Gigi. The Grand Sirs are also in our custody.
Ha ha ha, that's my boy. Where is the little tyke anyways?
Gigi embarked on a grand new adventure. He's no longer with us.
I see. If that's what he wanted, then I could not be happier for him. I'm sure Archmagus Quan would feel the same way.
What do we do now, Inspector?
It is not obvious, Nashu? The wide, wide world beckons to us with a promise of mystery and wonder. We shall resume our never-ending quest for cases perplexing and profound, and perhaps one day we shall meet young Gigi again.
I hate to admit it, but this whole mess got me thinking that maybe it wouldn't be so bad if I really did have a grandson. You did right by Gigi, Hildy. Your father and I can see that. We're proud of the man you've become.
And I am proud of you too, Mother, for finally coming to terms with the ephemeral nature of physical beauty and allowing yourself to age gracefully.
He is gonna get smacked. Yep, gracefully, was it? Fire! I fear we may have a failure to communicate! Oh no. Oh boy! There he goes! There he goes again! Wait for me, Inspector! Wait!
Hark! What is the curious light I spy in the far eastern skies, and this oh so familiar scent which fills my nostrils? Do I smell a case? Worry not for me, my friends, for wherever the wronged want for succor, I, Hildibrand, shall be there, till we meet again.
And I believe with that, it's not quite over yet. There's a little bit of an epilogue here.
I say, you do know that so long as the core remains intact, little Gigi is not actually dead.
That's right, so dry your tears, boy. There's no need for all this moping about.
He has fallen into a dormant state because he used up all his aether. His core will gradually recharge as it draws upon the ambient aether, and in time he will awaken from his torpor. I shall tend to the child for now. As for these three, I should be glad to take them back to Ishgard in your stead.
A most generous offer, my lord, but hardly necessary. After all, 'tis my duty to bring them to justice. Oh, yes, it was my duty. After everything I said to that young Inquisitor, I can't go back to Ishgard. They'll toss me into a gall and throw away the key if they don't kill me outright. So go to Ayrshire and live in Hildy's gazebo. Someone ought to look after her while he's away, no? That doesn't sound too bad, actually. Full glad I am to accept your offer. I suppose there's nothing for it but to wait until he comes back down.
'Twas a most graceful strike, my love. You haven't lost your touch.
There's that smile. There should be one small thing I need to do, like go back to Idleshire and... Oh, speak with Seer, right here. I suppose there's nothing for it but to leave the grand sirs to Lord Godbert, and for me to see to Inspector Hildibrand's gazebo. I'd like to thank you for everything you've done. If you find yourself in Idleshire, come and see me. There are a few arrangements I need to make, but I can't imagine that it will take that long for me to settle in. Nod. Thank you, my friend. Until we meet again. In like, what, a minute? 2? Heading back to Idleshire. And we warp. Phew. Alright, where is he? Oh, hello, Captain Janeway. You know what? How about... Salute. Gotta show respect to the Star Trek Voyager, right? What on earth? Some people got some crazy costumes in this game. Da 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 da. What up? Looking back on the course I've run, it's hard not to think of the man I was and feel ashamed. Before I took on the case, I had only left the capital a handful of times. The rubbish I believed, the facts I considered unassailable. Fury take me, what a fool I was. If I hadn't met you and the inspector and Gigi, I would have never never realized how much I have come to hate my job, nor would I have discovered how much more satisfying it is to seek out the truth. The whole truth. One might say that getting labeled a heretic and having to flee Ishgard is the best thing that could have happened to me. After all, now I am free to start a new life here in Idleshire as a consulting inspector. Nod. But enough of that. There is someone I would like you to meet. Oh, hey! It's, Lord Gobbert made some modifications, as you can see. His smaller size should allow him to absorb aether more effectively over time. We thought that if he were to travel with you and share in your grand adventures, that maybe it would hasten his reawakening. Of course! Give me that little minion! Thank you, my friend. I do hope our paths cross again someday. May the Fury bless you and keep you. Come here, little dude. Yes. Quest complete. And it feels like that should be it for the Heavensward quest. At least for the Hildibrand stuff. Especially since now credits are rolling. Yeah, this has been all the Heavensward quests for Hildibrand, I'm assuming. Because it sure acts like it at this point, right? Oh? Oh, there's Seer, looking rather dashing. I mean, if you could read all that stuff on the right-hand side, I think it's just going through all the characters that have shown up. Yeah, I'm guessing that's the Book of Halone or whatever. Does look rather dashing in blue, doesn't he? Oh. Oh, yeah. He's gonna keep that there? Why is that in blood red? Why are there Corbins on the roof? I have several questions that happen at the end there, and I'm not sure I want them in. Hildibrand will return? Well, yes, he does, in Stormblood. But I have to go through all that as soon as I possibly can. The Fires of some. Oh, let me Google that. Yeah, there is a lot for me to do before we get back to more Hildibrand adventures. But oh yeah, still, wonderful job. Wonderful. There we go. Wonderful job, Square Enix, for such a funny little side quest thing. Hilarious.